Dolly Parton is often introduced to the world as the glittering queen of country music. Big hair, bigger smile, and endless charisma on stage. Yet behind the rhinestones lurks an entire realm of unexpected twists. Her family struggles, her shrewd business deals, her knack for charitable giving, and even a private home life that most people rarely see. Today, we're taking a closer look at the hidden layers of Dolly's life and all the rumors, surprises, and eye-opening stories that come along with it. By the end of this journey, you might find yourself seeing Dolly Parton in a brand new light. Long before she was one of the wealthiest entertainers on the planet, Dolly Rebecca Parton started out in a life that was anything but luxurious. Born in 1946 in Tennessee's Sevier County, Dolly was the fourth of 12 children. She jokes that her father paid the doctor who delivered her with a bag of oatmeal, a small detail that underscores the everyday poverty she experienced. Living in a one-room cabin with her large family, Dolly found hope and comfort in music. The family sang together in church, and Dolly quickly discovered that her voice could be her ticket out of hardship. She performed on local radio and TV shows, determined to make a name for herself despite the odds stacked against her. At just 18, Dolly moved to Nashville, chasing the dream that so many before her had tried and failed to grab. Yet Dolly's path to stardom was no straight line. Monument Records first wanted her as a pop singer, but those tracks largely fell flat. The real magic happened when she leaned into her country roots. Her early country collaboration, Dumb Blonde, cracked the charts, and soon after, Dolly unleashed Something Fishy. Although neither was a massive crossover hit, these singles set the stage for what became a truly legendary career. When Porter Wagoner invited her to join his popular television show, Dolly's voice and radiant personality soared into the homes and hearts of country fans nationwide. Those early years also ignited a batch of controversies and interesting rumors. One of the most well-known stories is how Elvis Presley himself showed interest in recording Dolly's I Will Always Love You. But Colonel Tom Parker, Elvis's manager, insisted on snagging half the publishing rights. Dolly, savvy even at that young stage, said no. It caused a stir, with some people calling her foolish to pass up an Elvis collaboration. Yet decades later, Dolly's decision proved wise when Whitney Houston chose the song for The Bodyguard, sealing its fate as one of the biggest worldwide hits of all time. Dolly might appear fun and folksy on the outside, but make no mistake, she's a sharp business mind who knows the value of controlling her royalty streams. Beyond these successful singles lay Dolly's knack for wrestling multiple career layers at once. Her discography boasts over 3,000 songs, with hits spanning decades. She learned early on to hold on to her publishing rights, meaning she profits substantially from every radio spin or digital stream. In addition, Dolly Parton is co-owner of Dollywood, a major theme park in Tennessee that fuels significant tourism and jobs in the region. The park's expansions, like the Splash Country Water Park, stand as living proof that Dolly isn't just a musician. She's a brand builder who can deliver family entertainment in more ways than one. For all that success, Dolly's net worth has ballooned into the hundreds of millions, spurring further rumors about her secret ventures and hush-hush investments. But let's take a brief hop back to that also mysterious side of Dolly, her real estate empire. Dolly may be known for her unforgettable stage presence, but she's also quietly amassed several properties that reflect who she is off stage, down-to-earth, private, yet undeniably playful. One of the anchors of her portfolio is her Brentwood, Tennessee estate, purchased in 1999 for a rather modest price compared to the luxurious homes that line this prestigious neighborhood. Tucked behind a gate and accessed by a private driveway, the residence includes 300-plus square feet and multiple outbuildings topped by bright red roofs. The miniature chapel is a personal piece of Dolly's life. She occasionally shares glimpses with fans, like when Reese Witherspoon toured it for an inspirational series. But for the most part, it remains a serene haven that Dolly and her husband Carl Dean keep under wraps. That's exactly how Dolly likes it. No red carpet, no paparazzi, no intrusion. While Dolly's Brentwood estate is her primary retreat, she's also owned a string of other eye-catching properties. This simple, welcoming philosophy has led fans to see Dolly as proof that an international superstar can still be relatable at home. The same unflashy sincerity also drives Dolly's philanthropic work, an area of her life that some fans find just as impressive as her music. She's donated millions to causes like vaccine research at Vanderbilt, and after the 2016 Tennessee wildfires, Dolly stepped in to provide monthly checks to families who lost their homes. There's also Dolly Parton's Imagination Library, mailing books to kids from birth through kindergarten to spark a lifelong love of reading. In some ways, these philanthropic achievements rival any gold record. Dolly's father, a hardworking tobacco farmer who never learned to read, was her inspiration for focusing on literacy. When Dolly raises money or invests her own, people rarely question the sincerity behind it. She's open about why it matters. Yet, as public-spirited as Dolly is, she's also been at the center of speculation. Some critics have wondered if her theme park expansions or large philanthropic campaigns are publicity stunts. Dolly shrugs it off, showing that she doesn't see the point in letting negativity overshadow the bigger picture. Part of the intrigue around Dolly comes from her personal relationships. She married Carl Dean in 1966, and the man has practically hidden from public view ever since. Though Dolly jokes about Carl's love for local asphalt paving and his blunt honesty, she respects him enough to keep him completely off center stage. Stories swirl about whether Carl has joined Dolly at more than a handful of her live shows. Dolly herself has explained he's seen only one performance. At certain award ceremonies, fans watch for any sign of Carl backstage. He's probably just at home listening to her early demos before the rest of us get the chance. It's an arrangement they've both honored for nearly 6 decades. A quiet love story that's almost shocking in the entertainment industry, where divorces and public feuds often become the norm. Never one to slow down, Dolly has also branched into film and TV in ways that keep fans talking. She's produced Netflix specials, starred in holiday films, and even earned an Emmy Award for Dolly Parton's Christmas on the Square. And then there's the much-discussed Dolly Parton's Heartstrings, a series built around narratives she's woven into her songs. While some pop stars might fade, Dolly refuses. She's constantly unveiling new projects. Yet each venture draws the question, how does she juggle everything while preserving that wholesome, small-town persona? Another piece of Dolly mystique is the hush-hush chatter about whether her signature long sleeves hide a secret tapestry of tattoos. She's joked about them, occasionally hinting she has tasteful little things inked on her body. She's never fully clarified how extensive they are, instead keeping that playful aura of mystery. Fans love to speculate. Does Dolly's vow never to be seen without long sleeves come from a fear of public judgment, or is it a creative flourish? Dolly laughs it off. She doesn't owe anyone an explanation. Whether it's rumored tattoos, hush-hush business deals, or unconfirmed cameo appearances, Dolly knows how to feed curiosity without giving away the full story. She's equally unique in her approach to family. Although Dolly never had children of her own, she practically raised several of her siblings. She's also famously the godmother to Miley Cyrus, offering her unwavering support to the young pop star while simultaneously reminding fans that the Dolly brand is all about harnessing your talent, staying true to yourself, and forging your own path. Family for Dolly isn't just about blood. Anyone who needs her love, mentorship, or guidance can be welcomed in. That's a critical part of why her charitable heart seems so genuine to anyone who watches closely. Still, Dolly's biggest achievements might lie in her unstoppable business sense. Controlling music rights is only part of that equation. Dollywood, dinner theaters, publishing deals, licensing agreements. She's got her name on everything from theme park roller coasters to Imagination Library podcasts. Of course, with big money often come rumors. Dolly has faced questions about the real size of her fortune, whether she invests in hush-hush projects, or if she's quietly acquired more land in Tennessee than she lets on. Her typical response: a laughter-filled sidestep that reveals little but entertains a lot. Thanks to her friendly aura, most fans don't push for further details. Dolly remains perched on that delicate line between open book sincerity and shrewd self-preservation. Her philanthropic achievements also mark her as a beacon for community support. Many remember in 2016, when wildfires ravaged the Great Smoky Mountains. Dolly immediately organized relief efforts, pledging that each family who lost their home would receive $1,000 a month for 6 months. Those who questioned if she would meet that promise soon saw Dolly's no-quit approach in action as the charitable donations came rolling in. Even skeptics had to admit, Dolly Parton knows how to rally a community. When you look at Dolly's life in total, it becomes clear that these homes, her Brentwood sanctuary, that breezy West Hollywood bungalow, the older Nashville house, dispense clues about who she really is. She's proud of her southern roots, yet unafraid to explore bigger cities. She craves privacy, but also loves hosting a good gathering. She's not one to flaunt an ostentatious mega mansion, preferring the comfort of a welcoming yard dotted with gazebos for quiet reflection, or a wraparound porch to sip tea with Carl. She's a multimillionaire, maybe approaching billionaire, but the simpler joys of life still hold her heart. That balance is what keeps Dolly Parton relevant, appealing, and for many people, downright admirable. You can talk about the massive successes, the philanthropic triumphs, or the star-studded collaborations, yet Dolly herself likes to circle back to her family, her faith, and her commitment to doing good. She's not perfect, but she appears to own her quirks and missteps, transforming them into stories that endear her even more to fans. Rumors flare up now and then, about everything from her plastic surgery to rumored affairs. Dolly's response is almost always a humorous remark that deflates any negativity. Clearly, she's chosen her lane wisely. Keep it light, keep it real, move forward. And let's not forget how she ties everything together with a trademark spontaneity. That's part of her allure. She never bores her audience, and she never gets bored herself. Even in her songs like 9 to 5 or Jolene, Dolly reveals glimpses of her life philosophy. She understands tough times, she's tasted them, and she knows heartbreak, but she channels those emotions into music that resonates with fans across generations. Few celebrities have managed to remain this beloved while also building a fortress around their intimate world.
Hey, today is July 20. It's my husband Carl's birthday.
Dolly's marriage to Carl stands as a testament to a durable kind of love that defies typical entertainment norms. Their synergy, as they move quietly through life's changes, might just underscore the greatest Dolly Parton statement of all: that success is even sweeter when you share it with someone who values you beyond the glitz and stage lights.
Very secure in who we are, and we love each other a lot.
Dolly Parton's ability to keep certain details of her life under wraps is extraordinary. Dolly loves to surprise people, so whatever is in store likely won't be revealed until she's ready to show it off, on her own terms. For now, we can admire how one woman rose from humble beginnings to become a world-class singer, entrepreneur, and philanthropist. We can celebrate the way Dolly turned stardom into a platform for helping others, whether through Imagination Library or countless checks written behind closed doors. And we can find a spark of inspiration in Dolly's unwavering self-belief, her refusal to let anyone take advantage of her dream, and her ability to pivot to new ventures without losing that essential Dolly-ness. So the next time you hear a Dolly Parton tune or catch a glimpse of her signature style, remember there's far more to her story than the big hair and glitzy outfits. There's an actress who tested her comedic chops, a songwriter who once stared down Elvis, and a philanthropist who pours her heart into helping communities across the country. Above all, there's a devoted wife, aunt, and sister who built her life on the bedrock values she learned back in a one-room cabin in the mountains of Tennessee. And while Dolly might keep parts of her world tucked away from public view, the pieces we do see are enough to remind us that it's possible to stay grounded, give generously, and remain unshakably yourself, even when you're an international icon. Thank you for joining this deep dive into the secrets, rumors, and truths that make Dolly Parton a phenomenon like no other. If you find yourself intrigued by her unstoppable drive, her private romance with Carl Dean, or the philanthropic feats that seem to flow as naturally as her songs, stick around. There's always another surprise around the corner in Dolly's universe. After all, the show never really ends for someone who's mastered the art of enduring stardom.